Why Mario Strikers Battle League could be Nintendo's next big multiplayer hit. Yeah, I don't know about that one. As popular as that series is, I don't see it. Especially when everyone keeps talking about like how content. It's the same thing it happened with Switch Sports. It's like not enough content. There's not gonna be enough content. That whole thing. Actually, no. Switch Sports was half content, half the sports mates. What the hell is up with the map?
What do you mean, what's up with the map?
Why does the map look different?
Oh, cool, I died.
Like, that part we spawned at was not there before. What? Am I insane? Or did they completely change part of the layout? What? I've never had the spawns be here. Yeah, I've seen actually quite a few videos pop up in recent times talking about the Mario spin-off games and some of the other smaller games, like the lack of content at launch, and they just add stuff through updates. Like, I've seen quite a few videos pop up in like recent weeks from like various like smaller Nintendo channels I've stumbled upon that are like, the big problem with a lot of these Switch games, and they're like, Switch Sports, Mario Aces, Mario Golf, Mario Strikers, to some extent Star Allies, like the whole they add free updates later that add new stuff, but that stuff should have just been in the base game. I mean, I think it definitely depends on the game. I mean, the game that started that whole trend was this one. Like, Splatoon is what started the, constant free updates thing that they do with a lot of their smaller games now.
Gotcha, bitch!
And I think it works for Splatoon, but it doesn't work for all those other games. Because what happens with those smaller games is that if there's not enough content at launch, people are not going to be interested in the game, and by the time the game does have enough content, nobody cares anymore. That seems to be the problem with a lot of the Mario sports games and some of those games. It's by the time that it get all the free DLC is out or whatever, it's kind of too little too late to really make a difference. But the reason why it works with Splatoon is because Splatoon is one of their, it's bigger than all those other games, but also it's an online multiplayer game.
Gotcha, bitch.
So I don't know, it just works much better for Splatoon. It works for that game. It doesn't really work for the others, and that's why. And it's become a thing with more and more of the games, too. I mean, I'm not getting Switch Sports until Golf comes out. Which kind of says something right there. It's like I don't have a problem with the sports mates at this point. It's just I want Golf. But that's not coming out till fall. For some bizarre reason, even though... See, that is one of those things I can definitively say should have just been the base game. I mean, we had Golf in the base game in the last 2 games. Why not this one? I'm sorry, last 3 games if you count Club. Yeah. So so part of the problem is the content at launch, and then also how frequently they put out the updates. Like, for example, if Gulp was out a month after release, I'd be okay with that. But it's coming out 6 months later. How many people are going to even care by the time it actually comes out? If it was a big update that added 2 or 3 or 4 new sports, that'd be one thing. But it's just Gulp. It's not even a new sport. It's just Gulp. And we have to wait all that time just for it. So yeah, I really can't blame people for not being thrilled with that. But I think the main reason I haven't thought about it that much, for the most part, even though it has been a complaint people have had for a while now, is simply the fact that none of the games I care about have been a part of this problem. Like, none of the freight series or I care about are the ones that are doing this model. The only one that is Splatoon, and that's the one that started it, and the only one where it actually works. So, that's not a problem. You know, I don't care about any of the Mario sports games. I just don't really care about it that much. So, to me, it doesn't matter. Fuck! I don't really care. I didn't really care about Star Allies, so I didn't care about that. Switch Sports is closer, because that's a game I do kind of care about. But I don't care about it enough to be really that bothered by it. Like, if they start... So what's a game where this would actually be a problem? Okay, like, Smash, for example. Like, if Smash launched with, like, I don't know, like, 20 characters and 20 stages or something, and then they slowly added, like, a new stage and character every month or something. And see, that would be more annoying, because we are comparing it, because one, that's like one of the big ones, but also just like you compare it to, like, I mean, obviously Ultimate had a bunch of DLC, but it still had like almost 70 characters at launch. It has like 100+ stages in the base game. So even though there's plenty of DLC, you're not being shortchanged in the base game. The base game still feels like a complete content-rich game. At least when we did finally get them, they were like the best versions of those in the entire series, in my opinion. Like Stage Builder, definitely. I mean, you've seen all the stuff people have done with Stage Builder. And Home Run Contest, admittedly, you can't really do too much with, but I would say it's probably the best one in the series. So that's the one kind of... And those were all free. I don't know, just, yeah, it depends on the game. It really depends on the game. If the game feels content complete at launch, like Smash, then it's fine if you want to do DLC later. But if the game feels like it's incomplete at launch, and then you do DLC, even if it's free DLC, then it becomes a problem. In fact, I'm willing to bet the main reason why there hasn't been a bigger uproar, like, there has been an uproar, but there hasn't been, like, a really big uproar about the whole, like, shortchanging the base game thing, is because it's free. Like, if they only had 10 characters in the base game and then they put out, like, a $30 season pass, then people would complain. But because all the new, like, all the characters and stuff we'll be getting later is going to be free, it's like, yeah, it's annoying, but where it's going to be free, you know? To have that benefit of, like, at least all the DLC is free. Whereas, like, with a Smash or a Mario Kart, it would be paid DLC. I mean, people would be more than happy to pay for it, but it'd be paid. Whereas with those smaller games, it's almost always free. I don't even know if Mario Golf got any real updates. Like, I know Mario...
They added new stages, but that's pretty much it.
I know that Mario Tennis got quite a few updates, even though I didn't have the game. But Mario Golf, I know it got at least 4. Because I remember in, like, a Direct, they were like, hey, new Mario Golf update or something. Like, once.
I think it was just new stages.
But that game, I think that game got abandoned quicker than Aces did. Aces was supported for like a year. I think the golf game only got like 1 or 2 updates.
We're all dead.
Oh, dang. Okay, Mario Golf got 4 updates. And the last one came out in November. So... yeah. It's been 6 months. I think it's pretty obvious the game is dead. From what I can see, like, legit half of the courses in the game are updated courses. So that's where the whole like, oh, the base game is being shortchanged because like half of the courses in that game are courses that were added later. And Smash is so easy to bring up because when you have a game that has like 100 stages in the base game, it's really easy to use that as like the pinnacle. But like in Smash, there's like what, like 12, 13. Okay. If you
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
If you count small battlefield, it's like 12 new stages. And if you don't count it, it's 11. I'm gonna not count it because that's a free update. And it's like barely a new stage anyway. So we'll just not count that. So that's like what, 11 new stages over the course of 2 years? Oh. It's 2 to 3.
What again? Say again. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say one more goddamn time.
Actually, no, it's 2 to 3. It's 3 years, okay? 11 fully new stages over the course of 3 years. But the base game had 103. So it's like, yeah. It's so easy to just point to that game, even though it's really the exception. Like Mario Golf is never gonna have 100 courses. You know, Mario Tennis is never gonna have 100 courses. It was like Splatoon even will never have 100 stages. And like in the case of like the Mario Kart 8 DLC, I mean like the big selling point of the Mario Kart 8 DLC is that we're getting basically a whole new game's worth of tracks for only 25 bucks, or for free if you have the expansion pass. Or expansion pack. And even though they're just tour ports, it is still like 60 new courses or whatever the heck the number is, 48 new courses, whatever the number is. We're still getting double the courses for only 25 bucks, even if they're only tour ports. So it's hard to like really get mad at that. Especially when like Mario Kart 8 already had the most amount of courses in the entire series. Like, although that was obviously because of the DLC, like the old DLC from the Wii U, but still. Oh yeah, that's right. They have like the machine guns that are like pens.
Well, then again, it kind of makes sense because pens have ink in them, so
that is true.
It's just the way it makes sense for pens to be weapons since they also carry ink. So
I just kind of find it interesting that it's like specifically like the multicolor pens.
Oh yeah, the ones where you can choose the color and it has like 4 different colors in them. Yeah, those.
Yeah, that's the one I'm using.
I used to have one of those in high school.
I think I still have one from like maybe as far back as middle school. I don't know. I think I still have one that's like at least like that's like a decade old at this point. I think last time I tried using it, it did still work, at least for like one of the colors. I think at least for like, which I want to say green was the color that still worked. I don't know. I have to go digging to see if I even still have that. But yeah, so it's like so Aces was supported for a year, and Golf was supported for 6 months. Which I'm sure
Are we all dead again?
Yeah, that's a good question. And that's why a lot of people are worried about like Mario Strikers, is because like tennis and golf are like, that's one thing, but like Strikers is like the big one.
Yeah.
That's the one people wanted to come back for like ages. And people really don't want to see Strikers go down the same path as the other games, where like the base game doesn't have that much to offer and you have to wait on the free updates to make the game content complete, and by the time it is, no one cares anymore.
Oh no.
Oh god, no.
I'm trying here. But I have to
I'm
charge
dead.
You wanna know a game I'm actually very surprised hasn't gotten like a single update yet?
Oh my god.
Mario Party.
Oh yeah, Mario Party.
Like, because we do have Mario Party, although unfortunately it's the digital version, and my brother bought it, so that's annoying. But I do have it, and every time we play it, he always asks me at some point, "Oh yeah, when's when's DLC coming out for this?"
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't know. Hopefully in the next direct. I don't know. I mean, I know people criticize Mario, the other Mario Party for this, like not putting out any updates, but then we got that random update, like right before the new one was announced. I was like, oh yeah, now Super Mario Party has online. Like randomly, out of nowhere. Like the first update in years. It was really weird. But I don't know, like, yeah, how does Mario Party not get updates? Mario Party's bigger than all the other ones. Like, Mario Party is the biggest Mario spin-off outside of Mario Kart.
I know.
And it doesn't get any updates.
Yeah, and they could use some.
Like, what? Like, how? How? Hell, you know, I'll even go a step further. They could do a pass for that game and people would buy it. I think Mario Party's big enough that if they put out, like, a season pass, people would buy it.
Yeah.
I'm not... Like, Mario
Most
Party
definitely.
is big enough that they could do that.
Oh yeah, it is.
They couldn't do that with the other games, but they could definitely do that, I think, with Mario. Now, it'd still have to be, like, a decent price, but yeah, they could totally make it paid DLC and people would still buy it. But they have to do it, you know? Like, that's the thing that's annoying, is, like, when it's like, we will give you money for this thing if you just make it, and you refuse to make it even though it's free money.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh yeah, I think another thing I remember with Aces is that I think like the general consensus with Aces was also like, this is basically Ultra Smash if it was like actually finished. Like, because like Ultra Smash, like that game, like I almost barely remember even coming out. It was that under the radar and that like nobody cared. And I know that game was ripped apart when it came out. Aces still isn't great, but it's better than Ultra Smash. See so you know, like how, like, you know how back in the day, like on the box they'd have like IGN or whatever, and they'd be like, this game is the best thing ever,
yeah,
or whatever. That's what's on the front of the box for Aces. It's better than Ultra Smash. IGN 10 out of 10.
Oh, that is hilarious. It looks like we're gonna lose again.
At least it wasn't too bad.